In English, turban literally means a band of cloth. In Punjabi, it is called a pagri, or a more respectful word is dastar. It was made mandatory by our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, as an article of faith and identity. Sikhism is the only religion in the world where turban is mandatory. Its main purpose is to respect and protect our hair, which we consider to be very holy. However, Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us this turban to give us a high moral status. It's a sign of sovereignty, dedication, self-respect and courage. Moreover, also to show our love, obedience and respect for Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who was the founder of the Khalsa, Sikhism. And Khalsa literally means the pure one. I'm a Sikh and I've got long hair. I'm going to take you through now the process of tying a turban. So the first thing we do as a Sikh, Guru Gobind Singh, our 10th Guru, gave us one of these, which is known as a Kanga, which is a small wooden comb that's always kept underneath our turban in the back of our hair. The idea of that is to always make sure that our hair is kept clean and tidy at all times, and we maintain our hair regularly because we consider our hair very holy. So I'm going to open my hair now and I'm going to comb it quickly first. Okay. Once it's combed, then I'm ready now to tie it into a bun. Which will be a small bun of hair that is going to sit underneath my turban. Just to make sure that the bun stays there, pick up this elastic band and tie it around the bun so it stays in place, and then I'm going to grab the Kanga again, the small wooden comb, and put it in the back of my hair. Right, we're now ready to do puni of the turban. Turban, as it is basically a band of cloth. Its material, amounting to some 4 to 5 meters, depending on the style that you're going to tie the turban. So what we need to do first, before we can tie the turban, is do something called puni. Puni is plaiting it, folding it. Yeah. So I'm going to ask Navneet, my wife now, to come over and grab one side of this. Okay. So we're going to stretch 2 of the corners out like this, and then we're going to bring the other corners in. Okay. And we're going to keep on folding until we get to roughly just past the halfway point, at which point we're going to roll it in. So this is the starting point for making this basically 4 to 5 meter material into a turban, which is now ready to tie along a folded length like this, which will go all the way from start to finish. This is a 50. It's tied underneath the turban, A, to keep the turban in place, and B, to make it look smarter as well. And I'll show you that at the end when the turban is tied. So let me tie the 50 just now. Okay, that's the 50 on like this, and now I'm going to proceed to tie my turban. Okay, where it's just been folded, and we've done puni to it, so just to make sure that it's neat still. A little bit of folding back up as I'm going along. I put the first end in my mouth itself, just to hold it in place initially. and then bring it round the top of the head. So now we're on the final end. We're bringing this side up in pleats and that side down in pleats this side, and we're on the final end now, which we're just going to make as the very, very last pleat of the turban, which needs to be fairly neat for the show. So that's tied around the front and tucked in to the turban itself on the side. Okay. Now the end that was in my mouth is now loose because that's stayed in place. I pull that out from the top slightly so it comes out the back slightly, just neat enough to grab, bring it round the front and unravel it, because as you can see the head is not covered and the hair is not covered. So we unravel it, and at all times the kanga that I put at the back of my bun at the top is in place to maintain cleanliness and tidiness of the hair at all times, should I take the turban off at any stage. Right. That's it all tucked in from the top, and whilst I'm tucking it in, keep pulling from the back to make sure that it's tight. Right, that is all tucked in that side. And now make this end here as neat as you can and tuck this in to the back here, like that. And that is now the turban completely tied. Just to finish it off, this is a sewer, and it's used just to tuck in the hairs, any hair that's been left out turban, onto the side, just for, again, cleanliness and tidiness really. So, yes, that is all done, and that is how the turban is tied from start to finish. This is now the 50 inside there that you can see. Yes, it was just a material of cloth. It keeps, because the hair can be a bit slippery after you wash it, etc., so the turban can feel very loose. With the 50 there, the turban is much, much tighter because it's tied on the 50 itself. And secondly, it's more for decoration and show, because without this then you'd see into your head and into your forehead, etc. With this, it creates a better appearance for the turban. So although the 50 is not mandatory whatsoever, the turban is mandatory. In English, turban literally means a band of cloth. In Punjabi, it is called a pagri, or a more respectful word is dastar. It was made mandatory by our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, as an article of faith and identity. Sikhism is the only religion in the world where turban is mandatory. Its main purpose is to respect and protect our hair, which we consider to be very holy. However, Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us this turban to give us a high moral status. It's a sign of sovereignty, dedication, self-respect and courage. Moreover, also to show our love, obedience and respect for Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who was the founder of the Khalsa, Sikhism. And Khalsa literally means the pure one.